పట్టదారు పాస్బుక్ అని తీసుకోండి.
Good morning, participants. Good morning, participants. Kindly mute your mic and audio and your video. Participants, kind attention. Kindly mute your audio and video, sir. Indu, you can run our college video.
Okay, ma'am.
Live stream has started. Indu,
Ma'am, shall I
good morning.
start, ma'am?
Shall we start? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for this wonderful webinar on transformation of 5G and Wi-Fi 6. I request Dr. L. Nalini Joseph, Vice Principal and HOD of EC Department, Loyola Institute of Technology, to convey the welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Stefina. Good morning, all. On behalf of Laila Institute, Management, Administrator, and Principal, we wholeheartedly welcome all the participants all over India. On behalf of you, we, the coordinators, welcome the speaker of today's session, Mr. Gopalakrishnan, Assistant Manager, MPLS and SD-WAN Technologies, Tata Telecommunication Limited, who has accepted our invitation to conduct this webinar. We welcome you, sir. Once again, I welcome and thank you for this webinar, sir. In this contest, I congratulate the coordinators, faculty of ECE, and all the professional friends who made this possible. I welcome all the participants for this technical webinar. Happy learning to all. Thank you. Over to Stefina.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Mrs. Shanmugalakshmi, Assistant Professor, EC Department, to introduce our speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to all. I am very happy to introduce Mr. Gopal Krishnan, who is an assistant manager in Tata Communications. He is currently working in solution engineering and evaluating managed CPE for enterprise along with SD-WAN, SD-WAN security, wireless, analytics, and cloud-based solutions, and also working with leading OEMs for product evaluation and testing. He also worked as Senior Network Engineer in Wipro Limited, IT Analyst in Tata Consultancy Services, and Engineer in Sifi Technologies Limited. Totally, he has 7 years of experience in network routing and switching, security, and SD-WAN. He can implement and troubleshooting quality of service related issues, routing issues, latency issues, packet loss, site-to-site, and site-to-remote VPN related issues. Also, he has AMCAT certifications as software engineer, software development training for aspiring minds, and Cisco certified network associate and professional. We are happy to invite you for this webinar. Welcome you, sir. Over to Stefina, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Now let's get into the most awaited session of the day. We are going to announce a knowledge on transformation of 5G and Wi-Fi 6. I request Mr. Gopalakrishnan to take us in the journey. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank Nalini ma'am and Loyola Institute of Technology for giving me this opportunity to express myself. So, before getting into the topic, that is the transformation of 5G
This
and Wi-Fi
conference
6.
will now be recorded.
So, if we see from the past decade, for example, from 2000s or 2010, so communication has played a major role in our day-to-day life. And also, if you go to workplaces, education institutions, and you take any industries, communication has played a major role. So, since the past year, since the second half of 2019, the 5G, the new technology, so this is for advancement from the 4G, this is for the mobile communications. So, they have started to roll out. If you see in China and also in few European and American continents, they have started coming. And if you take Wi-Fi 6, that is the advancement of the present Wi-Fi 5, which we are using in our homes and in our offices. So I can tell you that these two technologies have correlation. So in many extent. So if I run through the slides, you'll be able to understand what are the use cases of 5G and Wi-Fi 6, and what are of its main features and advantages over its predecessor technologies. So first of all, we'll see what are the challenges which we are facing in our day-to-day life, and also many industries have many challenges related to workforce management So we go to the next slide. So what are the current industry trends? So we are split into three criteria. One is the mobility. So everyone are traveling nowadays. So from home you to go to office, you go for vacations, and even for other areas. So main thing is that as the smartphone or market is growing in the world, so everyone need to access data even while roaming. So, and also we acquire good speed as we'll be browsing through social media or through our office mails and other intranet services, or we'll be accessing other applications. So we will require more speed. And also people who are using smartphone are growing day by day. And also we'll need to maintain the speed and the data traffic as it increases day by day. Also, so what is the main, the main thing which we need to take care is we need to increase our infrastructure day by day as the user count increases. Otherwise, it will lead to bottlenecks. User will have slow speed, or you will not have slow signal, which we are facing nowadays in our present situation. And next thing is the cloud. So in the current trend, so many companies they are looking for reduce of capex or opex. That's the capital expenditure and operational expenditure due to the rising prices of fuel and other things. And also in case if you want to have an own data center, so you need to invest more on the buildings. You need to bring your own servers and your own racks. And also there is separate certification you need to build a data center. That increases your expenditure of an organization. So the industry, they're adopting cloud model. So there are many vendors like Amazon, Alibaba, and you can see Microsoft Azure. And there are many players who are offering the public cloud services. So it will be easy for organizations to host the service in their cloud. So one of the main advantages is that they can access from anywhere. So in case if you're having your own data center, then you need to have an internet link and you need to build a security infrastructure, and you need to have an VPN kind of technology, because from outside users, for example, if you are going accessing your office resources from home, you need to have proper security. All the endpoints, your laptop must be have a security infrastructure installed. Also, there must be VPN software. So it gives burden for every organization. So nowadays, the past 1 year or 2 years, all the organization have started to migrating to cloud. And another thing which is booming right now is the IoT. So as it mentioned here, more than 127 new devices are being connected to internet every day. So it's not limited to only one or two industry. So if you take even farming or automobile, even the education sector, so everyone, on also in your home, there's something called a smart home. So your fans, TV, so electronic devices have been connected to an IoT. So in case it makes your life easy. In case you are going to office, you forget to switch off your AC or fan. So using the app, in case if your electrical devices are connected to internet with an IoT, then you can easily switch off it wherever you are. So this makes us easy, and you can see that there's a prediction of 26 billion of devices will be have an IoT enabled. So what happens as these three criteria are increasing? You must have your network infrastructure huge. So you must expand your network infrastructure such that people don't face any bottleneck or any slowness. So they can seamlessly access data easily. So next is, as I said, the challenges. These are different criteria. So if you see you are at home, so in your home you'll be having a broadband connection or fiber net connection. So you'll be accessing using your home Wi-Fi or LAN. And once from home you go to somewhere else. For example, you go to office. So while driving, you'll access the data via your mobile network. So if it's 4G, it's 4G or 3G, depending on your handset. This is the other thing. Or else if you're traveling by public transport, so you'll be browsing through social media or other sites. You'll be dependent on the mobile network. And once you reach the office, you'll be having your corporate Wi-Fi or corporate line. So you'll be working your office, your internet access, or you'll be having some limited amount of social networking access at your office time. So once you move out of office, then you're dependent on your mobile network. And once you go to any malls or restaurants or public spaces, you'll be having public Wi-Fi, like a free Wi-Fi, as you see in railway stations or in certain shopping malls. They offer you free Wi-Fi for a limited amount of time. Or at that place also, you can use a mobile networks. So if you see the user experience from home, going to driving, going to office and wandering around and going to any public places. So the common thing is that in each and every place you go, you need a mobile internet. Simple. So you need to access your data every time, wherever you go. That doesn't matter. But at the same time, you want to have data. In case if your speed is slow or you're not able to get any signal, or in case there are many challenges in that. So people face issues. They are not able to access the mobile internet. So these are the many challenges the day-to-day the people are facing. So we see that seamless onboarding. So that is one of the main points. You have to improve your roaming. So when you move out of your home, you're connected to your mobile broadband. So that time the handoff happens. So there must be not any disconnect in any connections, because in case if you're doing any banking transaction or secure network transactions, at that time, if in case there's any disruption happen, the transaction will go. So again, you have to start from you. So that is one of the main challenge. And another thing is that the cost optimization. So nowadays, the cost, that is also one of the major factors which all infrastructure people or many industries are also us. We see that we get a good data with a good bandwidth, but the cost must be less. That is also one of the main components here. And then one is the path section and handoff. So your next generation, which is the Wi-Fi 6 or if you take the 5G, so it has the capability to do the intelligent path selection. So your handheld device, if in case it's a 5G enabled, or it can has the driver of Wi-Fi 6. So both the technologies, they have the what to say, they have enabled the next generation path selection. So that is the intelligence we can say as the device has an intelligence to choose which path to go. So based on the speed, everything it will decide. The handheld device will decide. And also from indoor to outdoor access. So when you move out from the home, when you cut off from your home Wi-Fi and move to so you from the user end, he will not be seeing any disconnections or any glitches. So it will happen seamlessly without any connection. So these are the many challenges which people are facing nowadays. So all the industry, everything, they require improvement, which is in the present they are using in the Wi-Fi 5 and LTE. But in the 5G and the Wi-Fi 6, so these and all, what are the challenges are there, you can overcome by using this technology in your day-to-day work and in your home or anywhere you're there. It will be helpful to improve the communication and also the your user experience. So first we see the evolution of Wi-Fi. So it started in the year of 1999. So what is the main use of Wi-Fi? So in case if you're at office, in case you're using a wide connection, so you'll be stuck into one place. You cannot move around. You cannot take your laptop to other places because you're bound to have, you must have an wired Ethernet J45 connector where you are sitting. So that is one of the main challenge of wired. So we moved on to wireless. So as soon as people, the mobile start growing, so usually used to connect laptops initially. And after that, tablets, iPad, phone, everything they had Wi-Fi enabled. So even we have smart TV, which is the Wi-Fi enabled. So as soon as many devices started accessing the Wi-Fi technology, so we required mostly, in case if you're connecting 2 or 3 laptops to your access point, the Wi-Fi device, so you'll not face that much of issues because they're limited devices connected to your so your speed will be good and equally distributed. Once you connect more devices, you require a high-end access point, which can provide you more signal and also which will able to connect more devices and also with same speed. So like equal to a wired connection. And as we move to the later part of 2015 or 16, once the IoT market started growing, so we also require the wireless access point to support the IoT devices as well. which is provided by the Wi-Fi 6. So there's a separate port, or it has a separate radio, which will able to connect your IoT devices as well. So that is one of the major boost or major advantage of the Wi-Fi 6. So if you see the main advantage is that it gives you high data rates. There's something the data part which is called as a smart antenna. So in case if your handheld device is capable of supporting Wi-Fi 6, so it gives you that more advantage. And also the speed. The speed is 4 times more than the Wi-Fi 5. And also there's a separate thing which is extended battery life. So in case if your laptop or your phone, if you are not accessing the Wi-Fi, for example, you have put phone in idle mode, so at that time your phone will not search for the Wi-Fi signal. But in our legacy phones or phones which are using now for Wi-Fi 5, whether we are not using or not, your phone will be searching for a Wi-Fi signal at all the time. So what happens? Your battery gets drained easily. But in the Wi-Fi 6, it has the capability to increase your battery life, because when you are not using it and browsing, or where your phone is idle and there's no need of data, your phone will not stop searching for the Wi-Fi signal. So that is one of the main advantage. I can tell you that is a real evolution in the wireless technology. And simultaneously, we could see the advancement of mobile networks. So in the early 2000s, I think we used phone mainly for communication calls or SMS. And in the 2000, we shifted to mobile data. So we used to access using Edge, that is 2G and 3G. So we can access a limited application which needs only lower bandwidth and lower speed. So as the smartphone market started emerging, so even the applications, also the other markets or social media applications, everything, they shifted their focus onto the mobile. So people will not use a laptop every time, only if you're in office at your home. In case if you're roaming, because that is, people roam around, they go to office or they're in transit. At that time only they use the mobile. So you can tell 95% or 90% people use their mobile all the time. Even if I'm using my laptop for office work, but I will not stop surfing through my mobile. So the mobile market, the mobile broadband will be used every time. That is the major expansion here. So mobile also, broadband also required huge speed, similar to the data which we use in laptop and PCs. So they shifted to major advancement, and currently in India we are using the 4G or the LTE system. And in frankly, from the second half of 2019, the 5G started emerging in few countries. If you see Mid East or in China, so if you see in China from November 1st, 2019, they started rolling out the 5G network. So the main advantage of 5G is the same as Wi-Fi 6. It's an IoT enabled. So you might have heard the term called smart cities. So the smart city which was built with the base of the 5G network. So it is kind of a unified platform. So you will be able to connect to every industry or every endpoint of. So we'll see that later what are the use cases of 5G and Wi-Fi 6 and some of the technical or important features. So the first question will be, what is 5G and Wi-Fi 6? So Wi-Fi 6 is the 6th generation of the Wi-Fi. So it is IEEE 802.11ax standard. So the main advantage is that it's more speed and lower latency, and its the device density is huge. So if your example, I'm taking a lower end Wi-Fi 6 enabled device, so it will be, I can tell you, up to some 30 or 40 clients you can get easily. So that is the range which the market is providing. And the 5G is the 5th generation of the wireless cellular technology. That is also gives you more speed, and the capacity is also huge. You can have a gigabit throughput with the use of 5G. So these are the great advantages of 5G and 6. So let's see the 5G. What are use cases? I mean, these are some features. So it provides you scalable OFDM based air interface. So it provides you diverse connections, and more number of users will be able to connect to simultaneously, and they can access data at the same time without any interference or any bottlenecks. And also it provides you flexible slot based framework, so which gives you low latency at the last mile, and it uses the advanced channel coding. So it provides you blocks, many data blocks at the same time. And one of the most advantages, you can tell you the MIMO. So it also provides you more coverage. It uses the mobile beam forming and beam tracking. So that gives you more capacity and throughput for the devices. And this is the I can tell you how tell the 5G. It's an intelligent wireless edge. So as it can connect to various devices. So it provides you privacy, security, efficiency, reliability, and also you can be connected public or private networks. And it also provides you new verticals, new experiences. So you can connect your edge cloud as well as on the on devices. So it provides you total infrastructure-based experience. So mainly we call it as an 5G ecosystem. So this is the idea of something called the smart city, which they call it as the delivering the 5G vision. So if you see here, the 5G network you're connecting to different businesses. So for smart transportation, factories, for the healthcare, or in case of a fixed wireless access. So in case if you're in a stadium, or indoor and outdoor, and also public networks. So while you're roaming, so in places where the people movement is very huge, so at that time you'll require an extra infrastructure to be up to provide maximum access to all the users, and also it be using for IoT for the signaling traffic system, for the railways. So in many places you can use that, and also for an indoor. So in case you're having a small office, only 5 to 6 users are there. So you need not go and spend for a specific lease line internet access. So if you have a good 5G system in your city, so you can use that in your medium enterprises where the users are limited, less than 10 or 15, and you need not spend that much on the infrastructure, which will add an extra capex to you. And basically we can tell that how 5G used to connect the community. So you can use for smart homes, for electronic devices, and you can use it for virtual reality. So in case if you're an educational institution, so in the current situation, you can tell that if you're learning from home, so this VR based everything. So all the visualization you can do it easily. And also it's 5G can connect your laptops, because now the laptop they're coming with the inbuilt of 4G and 5G modems. So you need not have a Wi-Fi there or any hotspot device to connect your mobile network to your laptop directly. So now the laptop Samsung, first partner which are coming to having a LTE or 5G adapter directly in that laptop. So it's kind of like an eSIM, which they are used in cars also. So you can make a directly call, or you can use your maps, everything in your car directly. And also you can connect your energy sector. So in case if you are having a power plant or something, you are monitoring all the resources there. So in the current situation, you need a manpower there who needs to sit and monitor that. In case you are having your IoT kind of devices, which is connected to your 5G, you can have a unified dashboard and can be monitored from anywhere in the globe. So you can have a centralized location where all the monitoring will take place, and you can have minimum resources at the site for only in case if they require any field management and any field work, and to check that. And main use is that you can use in our healthcare, also in your hospitals. So in case if you are moving to different city or moving to different place but has the same hospital branch, so at that time you need not carry all your reports, everything, huge files every time when you're visiting your. So they'll have a software enabled, so all the data will already feed into that. So from anywhere they can access your health records easily. So this is one of the major use cases where you can see 5G helps your day-to-day life. So as we saw in the before slides, so the massive machine-to-machine communication. So-called IoT that helps you to connect billions of devices without any human intervention. and also your modern industrial instruments, they're coming as an IoT enabled. So they help you in different business sector to making your work easy. So 5G also provides you an ultra reliable, low latency communication. So that also provides you greater speed and easy access of data. And this gives you an enhanced mobile broadband. So it gives you the greater speed, greater reliability, and also the signal strength is huge. So many new application, everything your live streaming, so broadcasting. So that will be helpful when you're using the 5G. So these are the various industries. Everyone. So for Indian enterprises, you're using in your office, meeting rooms, auditoriums. So you can use this 5G net. And in your indoor and outdoor venues, in case you were going for a concert or you're hosting a concert. So at that time, so everyone cannot come and see in the stadium or wherever the concert is going on. So you can help with the live streaming, YouTube, or there are many other channels that which you give a live stream. So with the help of 5G, which provides you multi-gigabit speed. So also the users who are viewing from remote site or from their homes, they can see like live in experience. They can feel the same experience as they are present in the concert or in stadiums viewing various sports. And also you can use in various transport hubs like airports, train terminals, subway stations in underground. So what will happen that either they can have a booster, their 5G booster at their end. So that will help also in their internal communication. So in case if your train is running late, so all the timetables for the airport and subway station train time, they can provide all the updated information. Also some public news, everything. So it helps for mass communication, be precise in a single word. So these are the mainly use cases 5G provides you. So next, moving on to the Wi-Fi 6 technology, which is similar to the 5G. So as I said before, both of the technologies will coexist and co-work in future for enabling easier communication. So this is the main advantages for the Wi-Fi. One is increased data. So it uses the high modulation. One is the increased technique, so which provides you faster data and reduce latency. And as I said before, it's an IoT enabled. So Wi-Fi 6 supports the IoT devices, and also provides you high definition density, and it's power efficient because it is flexible, provides you low power scheduling. So as I said before, only when you are accessing data, your handheld device will search for the Wi-Fi signal. Once your data access everything is over and your device is in idle mode, it will not search for your Wi-Fi. So it temporarily switches off. So which will not, so it increases your battery life. So if you see the major difference between the Wi-Fi 5 and Wi-Fi 6, these are the major advantages. You got target wake-up time and provides you low latency because many users can connect simultaneously, and also it provides you larger bandwidth. It's up to 5.9 gigahertz. So 3x of the bandwidth which we are currently using in a faster Wi-Fi 5 network. So these are the core technologies or advantages we can say compared to the current Wi-Fi 5. And this is a graph which was taken from Cisco. So if you see the voice delay, so in case if you're making a VoIP call, so compared to the Wi-Fi 5 and Wi-Fi 6, you can see the delay, latency, everything will be slow. The experience also, you can tell us that user experience, that will be good. And also, you see the consistent data throughput. So if you are taking your 4G or 3G or 555, so in this case, so there will be, if your client count is high, for example, if 20, 30 clients started increasing, connect your access point, so your speeds will be decreasing, there will be a choke bottleneck. So it's like a zigzag flow, but if you take the Wi-Fi 6, even if the client count increases, which are connecting to your access point, the data throughput will be consistent. They won't be much bottleneck or sudden slowness or suddenly your data speed will grow high. So you'll not face such a disruption in the connection while comparing to the Wi-Fi side. So this is, you can see like a life cycle. So which type of devices you can connect. So starting from wireless laptops, phones, to your smartwatches, and if you see, you can connect to your digital building like lighting, heating, cameras. So badge readers in case you are having a card reader system in your office. So when you're coming to the office, you need to punch your attendance. So it can be used at show. You can likely track how many people are there, whether a person is or not. So, and also you can connect your smart cameras. So already the smart camera system is there. But if it is an IoT enabled, if you connect your network, then you can view your smart camera from any location using the application which your OEM is providing. So you need not set up a monitor in that same location. So that also it helps you in case you are putting a CCTV system in your office. So if you want to check at any time if anything burglary or anything is happening, you can check from home directly. So rather than setting up a CCTV station within your office range, so you can view it from anywhere. That also helps for your physical security. And also in the current trend, you can connect your teleconferencing or white phone or wireless white phone, and your healthcare industry devices, alarm, everything. So all the sensors, everything, they are coming in IoT enabled. So if you're having an Wi-Fi 6 device in your enterprise, you can connect these all devices to your internet, to your network. So you can everything like an automation. So we will see the various use cases of 5G and Wi-Fi 6, so where it is used. So I'll tell you from the current COVID-19 situation, how this has been helpful for people. So as we say, the modern problems require the modern solution. So this one of the use case I have taken from how the COVID-19 pandemic, how 5G enabled to use that against the pandemic in China. So one of the measures is that they used 5G drones. So drones, they had a SIM slot for 5G. So you can insert your SIM in that drone, and they use that. They monitored it from a specific location or specific war room. So they patrol the streets to see whether people are not flouting their norms, and also they use that for mass communication to give people the news also, to enable communication. For example, not to move out from the house for the mass communication. Also, they was used to disinfecting the streets, and in some places they used to transport goods. For example, if there is a COVID hotspot is there and people are they'll want goods for food and every medicine transporting that. So to make the manpower less, or the manless communication or manless transportation, they use the drone to provide the goods to the people like medicine, food, or any other groceries they required. And second thing is that, so in the hospital or in any other place, shopping center you go, so it's become mandatory that they must be checked with the temperature, and also whether they are wearing mask or not. So they use the AI-enabled smart cameras. So smart cameras, they have enabled thermal detector in that. So once a person crosses that camera, so it will check using the face recognition to check whether he's wearing a mask or not, and also the temperature. So in case if it is above the threshold limit, it can scrutinize the people. So can be used in school, airports, and any public places. And third thing is that in case if a family in a home they have been diagnosed by COVID-19, so they use the IoT-based lock system to lock their home, their electronic door to seal it electronically. So it's based on time. Once the 14-day quarantine period or once the infection is gone, once they are free from the disease, then the lock will automatically open. So what will happen is that you need not have a they're monitoring their home because it's COVID-19. So this is one of the main measure which they did. And also with the help of tracking system, in case if they can check whether you have a 30-day travel history, in case you have a travel history, which country you have gone. So that kind of analytics, everything can be done. So in case they can send you SMS to your mobile directly that you move to this city, so you have to be in quarantine or have to come to your health center for a health checkup. So these kind of messages, they can pass it to the neighborhood community or the health service instructor who is head for the specific suburban. And another thing is that using your maps, you can integrate the system to check that either nearby any hotspot, if any people are affected by the COVID-19 or there is any clinic or hospital nearby. So you can alert people. So in case if there is a rapid spread of COVID-19 in that neighborhood, so people can be indoors without moving out. So you can spread kind of awareness. Also, if there's a nearby clinic, so you can go there and visit in case if you are having fear or symptoms. And another thing is that it also enables you to provide the close connect. So whether with the help of the big data system, so helps all the e-government offices to check whether this person is a close connect or not. So you can do a bit of contact tracing. So this was the major advantage of the 5G system, which helped China to combat the pandemic to a certain extent. And another thing is the how Wi-Fi 6, which is used to measure the occupancy in shopping malls. So nowadays, the concept of social distancing, we need to practice it at least for some time. So in case if you want to go to near a shopping mall to buy some groceries or other things. So in case if the shop is crowded, you have to wait outside in the line with the proper social distancing. So that also it's a waste of time for you, and also you're also prone to getting infected. Most likely, if the shop is crowded, so in the current situation, you must not go where it's crowded. So you can integrate with your map system, and you can provide a real time of analytics, whether how many people are there inside the shop, whether it's busy, whether you can go or not. So this helps you to your movement also outside, and this is done based on the heat maps in the IoT devices. So in the cameras, they have heat maps. So based on that, you can have a remote count of how many people are there inside, and then you can also see that whether they are practicing all the healthcare norms properly or not, whether they wear masks, or whether they are practicing social distancing. So somewhat of things can be monitored without a human intervention. So let us have a use case. How does it work? So if you go for each and every shopping mall, there will be different entrances. So you can have a software kind of thing. So each security personnel can be given and handle device. And once the visitor comes in, so he can note the entry that one visitor has come. So once people come in, he can note that how many people are inside the mall, and once people are exiting from the mall, he can decrease the count, which helps the management to analyze it, how many people are going there. And also they can help to control the people count inside the mall. In case only 200 person must be there, so the people can make wait outside in case the mall is crowded. So that also helps to provide this kind of security features, physical security features without. And another thing is that, so in case if you're taking a big of automobile industry, or you can take an e-commerce industry. So in automobile and e-commerce, there'll be huge, large warehouses. So for automobile, there will be a construction, there will be manufacturing plant will be there, the office will be separate, the production unit will be separate. So the office space is more huge. So mainly, the main challenge what the corporates they have, that they need to have a contact tracing to keep the workforce safe. So in news, they might be hearing that in this plant, 2 people got affected. They were found to be COVID positive in this plant. So the people in the manufacture unit, other unit will not flow easily until people come and tell them. So this also helps them. For example, they have to shut down the single plant to disinfect that area and restrict the people movement from that. So with the help of this automation technology, you can provide an SMS or you can provide a frequent update. So you can keep your employees safe without getting affected by this COVID-19 and also reducing their movement at that place. So this is also one of the major advantage. And another thing which we said before, the retail stores. So once you go in there, you can monitor whether the store occupancy and you can maximize or minimize the customer flow. And you can have a real-time occupancy measure for your customers and staff. So your staff only will be able to control the inflow and outflow of people moving inside your store. And also you can assure your customers that we are providing only 20 people can go inside the store. So there will be a necessary social distancing in place and everything will be sanitized properly. So people will come in, they can be assured that they are coping up with all the health and safety norms provided by the regulatory bodies. And if you see the holistic view of the network framework, so in the legacy network, we had everything in a separate device. So like we'll have routers, switches, core switches, access switches, wireless controller, and we'll be having a separate policy. Everything will be in a separate server, or you'll be having a separate server to manage all the automation analytics. But now everything is come in the unified operation segmentation, because for accessing it, you can access it from a single dashboard, manage it from a single dashboard, all your devices, starting from your network devices, your user end devices to the IoT devices. So it will be easy from a single end dashboard, even if it is hosted in your public or cloud, private cloud, and in case you're hosting in your own premises. Because if you want an enhanced security, then you can everything install in your on premises itself. So everything, if you see end-to-end portfolio management can be done using in a single dashboard itself. So that also helps you, like man intervention can be less. So with the help of the automation, you can have only few people at the site. So in case if you require field work or any person must be there to directly access the device. So only for few of the issues require people. So it helps also to maintain your workforce and the human resource management. So this is one of the survey which can see. So in about 2022, there will be a surge of 14 billion mobile devices, and over 4 billion of Wi-Fi devices are hitting the market every year. So this is one of the challenge for most of the ICT companies and also the telecom providers. So as this becomes increasing, they also need to upgrade the user count. So in each and every region, you must not face bottleneck. So this kind of data analytics goes at least month by month. The surveys can check whether all the gateways, everything, internet, everything, all the cloud, whether resources are sufficient, or whether we need to upgrade or not. So this kind of analytics has been done daily by all the providers to make sure that there is no issue and people are offered seamless data communication. So as I said, 5G and Wi-Fi 6 both are critical for future wireless. So the way of business is changing right now, I can tell you, because you see the starting of year or last year, everyone used to go to office and work. So if you see in the home side, the remote working solution was less, not that much. For example, you can say 1 or 2% of people they used to do work from home. That too in occasional basis, not daily. But in the current situation, about 90% of people they're doing work from home. So the work from home solution also is one of the more advancement. And the business require more solutions for work from home, because once you're connecting your home internet, so security is one of the problem. Your home internet, we don't know. Enterprises will not know whether it's safe or not. So they will provide you different VPN access or different hardware devices, so which you can connect with your home broadband, and you can access your office resources without any breach in security. So that is also one of the main challenges which all the organizations are facing now. So we have seen about Wi-Fi 6 and 5G, but there is another thing which is coming in. So which is we call as the Wi-Fi 6E. So the frequency band in which Wi-Fi 5 means Wi-Fi 5 operates, or Wi-Fi 6 normal, they operate in either 2.4 gigahertz band or 5 gigahertz band. So the regulatory they approve only, but this actually they have Germany right now. So the regulatory body in Germany, they have given approval to operate in 6 gigahertz band. So that also give you more speed than the Wi-Fi 6. So still it's under a testing phase. In the near future, this will also come into place. So that's why they call it as the Wi-Fi 6E. So they have further the latency will be reduced. So you can have more speed, more gigabit speed you can face. Also low latency, which we do nowadays in Wi-Fi calling, and the next generation augmented reality or the virtual reality. So these are the main advantages, enhancement which has taken place in the communication, the mobile communication, 5G and the Wi-Fi 6. So this is what I wanted to share with you all.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful session. It was very informative and insightful. Now we have come to the question and answer session. Many participants are posting their questions in chat box. I will hand it over to Mr. Mahadevan, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, we received many questions from the participants in the chat box. First question from Brinda: what is meant by LTE and it is working?
Can you come again?
What is meant by LTE and it's working? Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, LTE is, yeah, I can hear you. LTE is the 4G wireless communication. So LTE is nothing but its full form is long-term evolution. So it is the advancement of the 3G network. So it is called as the standard which was developed by the 3GPP, they call us. It's third generation participation project. So this is the current 4G LTE is the current mobile network which we are using here, means in our country or in worldwide to some extent, because 5G has not been rolled out in many countries. So it provides you more speed in the wireless communication. That is the 4G LTE.
Thank you, sir. Next question from Dimple Vincia: is the radiation of 5G is very high?
5G, there's not a particular study till now, but there has been a speculation that there's a danger for the radiation or anything. But I don't see there's a particular scientific study or any hazardous which has come till now.
Next
So
question
there's
from
research
Brinda.
going on. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Next question from Brinda: tell the difference between Wi-Fi 5 and Wi-Fi 6.
So Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6, the main is the speed. So main difference is the speed. So if you see the current Wi-Fi 5, you will not get data to that much of speed compared to Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6 provides you a gigabit speed. But Wi-Fi 5, they can't provide you an end-to-end gigabit speed. So it depends mainly on your end device, that throughput. and everything. And the another main difference is the battery life. So if you're using an Wi-Fi 5 enabled handheld device, it will be using, once you're connected to your network, it will be searching for the Wi-Fi signal every time, whether or not you're using the data. So it reduces your battery life. So third thing is that main advantage is that Wi-Fi 6 is your IoT enabled. So you can directly connect your IoT device to the Wi-Fi 6. But I don't think so. Wi-Fi 5 has some limitation for the IoT.
Sir, next question from Prashant. Whenever the mobile connected to Wi-Fi, is there any increase in level of radiation?
It usually depends. So mainly depends on your signals of your access point. Access point is nothing but your device in which that gives you gives the Wi-Fi signal. So transmits the broadcast the Wi-Fi signal. So it's mainly depends on your what AP are you using that. So that again depends on the regulatory on the norms which the access point provider gives you.
Okay.
That's
Next question,
not limited to. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Next question from Dr. Pushpa Michael. How does Overcast the apps work?
Can you come again?
How does Overcast the apps work?
I couldn't get you, so can you just type in chat?
Sir, ROK setup, sir, that is given by Tamil Nadu government, no? ROK setup.
Yeah. So that mainly tracks you. Yeah. It's based on the GPS. I don't know much information on how they are working. It's limited to that organization. But as of I know, based on your signaling, it's based on mainly on GPS. So where your phone is connected and you do all the necessary questionnaires. So what mainly does that, it is able to track in your neighborhood. So if you go in that, you can see that this much persons have tested, we have set up this app in 1 kilometer vicinity, 2 kilometer vicinity, 5 or 10 kilometers. So it's mainly based on GPS and the data which is taken by the application. So they have their own data center, they have their own cloud which stores all the information, and it can be broadcasted to some extent within your neighborhood itself. So you can be safe or sure till some extent that this much of cases are nearby in my neighborhood or near my vicinity. So it will create an awareness for you being safe. That is the main use of this app.
One final question from SV Priya. Will the Internet of Things IoT generate video traffic?
Which traffic?
Will IoT generate video traffic?
Yeah, IoT, it depends on the industry, you can say. Because in case if you are using a video conferencing system, yes, it can produce a video traffic as well. So you can take your CCTV or smart camera as well. So if you take different vendors, you take the Xiaomi, it has a home surveillance system itself. So you can connect your camera directly to your power, and using your MI app, you can directly scan it. You can connect to your home Wi-Fi directly. So once you are having the app, so once you go to different place or else you're going on vacation to some other country or what, so you can see, you want to see that everything is okay in your house or outside your house, you can directly scan the open app, you can see the video surveillance system. Yes, it will be used for all types of traffic. It's not limited to one criteria.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering. Over to Stepina, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we are getting questions from YouTube live stream also. I will hand it over to Mrs. Pavitra, Assistant Professor, Department of PCE. Over to you, ma'am.
Sir, you just have delivered us an outstanding presentation. Participants are asking queries in YouTube live stream also, and I have picked up few questions for you to answer. First question is from Ms. Eli Larasi. By this 5G, can we reduce the network traffic? And the complications of 4G can be managed by 5G? And she also added it. can the inbuilt adapter 5G in upcoming laptops will have accurate speed without any delay?
To answer the first point, yes, the 5G will be able to cope up the current challenges which we are facing on the 4G with high speed and more data rate. And coming to the directly 5G enabled modem inside the laptop, it also depends on what adapter they're using, and also it is limited to the OEM. So we have different versions. So some may offer the good data rate, some may offer the lower data rate. So depending on the vendor, we can't really give a value on that. So in case we take one of the vendor, he may have 3 or 4 models with the 5G enabled. So most probably the cheaper one will have
So your voice is breaking.
the costliest will give you the speed.
Sir, thank you for answering that question. Next question is from Sai Mukesh. Does the drone is connected to 5G network? How it is connected?
So in your drone, you may have a SIM slot or an eSIM kind of slot. So you'll be connecting your SIM card through that. eSIM depends on the connectivity. So once your drone is connected to the internet, so you can manage it using an application. So it depends on the drone make and the manufacturer. So it will be having a high definition camera through that. So as 5G, it provides you the coverage is huge. So you can surveil using the surveillance system. You can cover a major range in that. So it's similar to how the traditional drones work. There's nothing but you have a SIM slot to that. Nothing. That's more main difference.
Okay, sir, which means you have answered my next question. In future, is there any chance to get 5G SIM? It was asked by Mr. Sundareshan Narayanan.
Okay.
Is there any chance to get a 5G SIM?
So it depends on the regulatory body, because in India, I don't know, it will come in near future. But there are many things, many criteria which we need to take up. Depends on what are the regulations set by TRAI in India, and also how the vendors take it up. So it's a huge process which must be followed before rolling out the 5G network in India.
Okay, sir. And the next question is from Mr. Suresh Rajamanikam. Can we apply machine learning to optimize energy in 5G?
In 5G, can you come again with the question?
Sir.
Can you come again with the question?
Can we apply machine learning to optimize energy in 5G?
So I do not have answer for that, because machine learning, that's a different topic. So that's a different vertical.
Okay, sir. Okay. And next question is, this is a common question asked by all the, when it comes to network, whatever network, 4G, 5G. It was asked by Ms. Vasha Pandidurai. 5G network will be harmful to birds itself. Is there any alternative measures to avoid this issue?
Again, that is a regulatory part of question. So still, there's a separate research going on that. So
Okay.
currently, we don't have that much of vicinity on that part.
Okay, sir. And one last question from Ms. Reshma. Will the 5G backbone be physically and virtually separate from the 4G backbone?
It's not so, because even though you're rolling out 5G, people will be still using 4G, because they are not more of handheld devices which are 5G capable. Even currently, you can see, even if 4G has been rolled out to about 99%, people are still using 3G or 2G networks. So even though they have a separate backbone, there will be a kind of a network interface, because in case I'm using a 4G broadband or a 4G network and one of my colleagues is using a 5G, if you want to use a communication, there must be a communication bridge, right? So they want, even though it will have a enhanced physical network, or say the infrastructure will be more high compared to the 4G, but there will be a network interface between them. So it's similar like you're calling from Skype to phone. So both are different networks. So you need a network bridge between them. You cannot set a rule that everyone must be using a 5G device. Surely there will be a network bridge between them. The communication will be, even if what network they're using, that will not be a constraint here.
Okay, sir. Okay, that was a wonderful presentation. I can see lots of appreciation chats from the text box and YouTube live stream. And thanks for answering all the questions, sir. Thank you. Over to Stefina, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, the feedback form is posted in chat box. Kindly fill all the details and send to us. You will receive your e-certificates within 2 or 3 days. If you find any difficulties in feedback link, it may be due to congestion in server. So wait for a few minutes and try again. Thank you. Now, we have reached the end of the session. I request Ms. Sharmi, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Share knowledge, let others light a candle to it. Margaret Fuller. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Gopalakrishnan for his highly informative session on transformation of 5G and Wi-Fi 6. Thank you, sir, for lighting the participants with a knowledge on the subject. The presentation was wonderful. I would like to thank the management, administrator, and principal for giving us the opportunity to host this webinar. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Nalini Joseph, Vice Principal and Convener, for uniting us through this webinar. Her timely guidance and support paved the way to the success of this webinar. I sincerely thank the coordinator and every staff member of the Department of ECE for their guidance and support throughout this wonderful journey. My sincere thanks to all participants for your patience and cooperation. You are the reason for the success of this webinar. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. All the participants, kindly fill the feedback form and you can leave the meeting. You will receive e-certificates within 2 or 3 days. Thank you all.
Dear participants, all in the query box, we will take the queries and we'll get the answers from the speaker and let you know. So thank you for your kind, patient participation and hope the session is very informative. I thank on behalf of, once again, I thank Mr. Gopalakrishnan. It's a very, very, very interesting session, sir, needed for that. So delighted by your presence and your speech. Thank you, Mr. Gopalakrishnan. Thank you.
Madam, good afternoon. Is it possible to share the presentation?
Yeah, we will be presenting, we will be sharing, sir. We get it from the sir and I will be sharing with
Okay.
you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. So participants can fill the feedbacks duly, fill all the details and leave the meeting.
All the participants, kindly fill the feedback form and you can leave the meeting. You will receive e-certificates within 2 or 3 days. Thank you all.